Hey there, welcome back. All right, this has been quite a journey, and I just want to stop and commend you and say I am so proud of you for being here and doing the work. You are digging in deep. You're thinking about just taking the time to be really intentional and ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing and how you want to do it, and looking at what you do and thinking about how to share that with people. And some of the things that we've talked about are really going to help you to stick with it for the long haul. Like, I want to help you establish a foundation and a mindset and some habits that will give you the confidence that you know why you're doing your business, that you know why you've chosen this thing to make into what you focus, this part of your life on. And I want to encourage you that if you want to make an impact and you want to build something that will give your family financial freedom and that will give you satisfaction and meaning for the rest of your life, that you can pursue without getting stuck, that you can really live and breathe for, and just live in that living that full abundant life that we just all want to have, but in like a balanced way that accounts for the different values that we have in the different areas of our life. I really believe that if you've dug into each of these modules and you continue to do the exercises and start to establish these habits, you can create a business that will last, and you can create an impact that will last. And you have permission to do that, and you're amazing, and you can, and you should, and you will. And so, because all of that is true, I totally believe all of that is true about you. And so this module is about leadership, because if you are here, if you are listening to me right now, no matter what hardships or struggles you've gone through, you are amazing, you're blessed, you're skilled, you have passion, and you have a gift, and you've got the heart of service. You are not just trying to make money, you are trying to uh, approach your business in a holistic way that you feel good about and that helps you to make money while serving the world and while making a difference, not just for yourself and for your family, but for those that you serve and the for the mission. Like, you've got a why. You may still be tapping into it to figure out exactly what it is, but when you create products or services, you are really excited about how they can help people. And you're constantly learning, you're constantly growing, you're constantly looking back at your life and then looking at your current circumstances, and you're looking for the divine opportunities. You're looking to see who is in your life that's meant to be there and how you can help them and how they can help you. You are a team player, you love to collaborate, and I hope that if you're still working on believing all of this is possible, I want you to encourage you to just continue to journal and continue to read and learn and just walk this out with just kind of hopeful optimism that you're excited to see what happens next, and that you're excited for the next step that's going to build your faith, and that's just embrace the journey of continually believing at the next level about what is possible and what can happen if you just continue and embrace this process with your business. And as you give yourself permission to be happy and to use your gift and to serve others, you will just continue to level up to the next level for who you're meant to be, the lifestyle that you're meant to be able to have, that makes you happy, that fulfills you, that puts you in the place to serve the world, and then to live in that place of love and service instead of, fear and being stuck. Um, I believe your birthright is creativity, and it's your birthright to grow and to expand and to be always be discovering the next thing that is possible and the next way that you can just grow and expand as a person. That's what we're meant to do, which is why I'm so passionate about growth, and I am passionate about fighting inaction and stagnation. So I hope every piece of this course has helped you to grow and start taking action. My goal with all of this is to activate you, and I'm choosing to believe that at this stage in this course, I have activated you and that you are moving forward. You're getting unstuck. You're really embracing this process. You're already having victories that you're sharing. Um, and so I want to talk about leadership. And I really believe that this concept of leadership and seeing you as a leader can be the thing that solidifies, like, if you've got victories and they feel fragile, if you've been in this with me and you are getting you're awakening your why, you're excited about why, you're choosing to open your eyes again and be okay with hearing about the thing that you don't want to see in the world, because you're starting to believe that you can really make an impact. If you are starting to really believe all the things that you need to believe, but those beliefs feel fragile, if you're giving yourself permission, I still have days where I'll, email a friend or a mentor and say, hey, do you have any ideas? How do I continue to give myself permission? Like just the other day, I was like, it's working. It's all working. Everything's working. And I'm believing that it's going to work. And the more I believe it's going to work, it works, and it's building my faith, and I've got hope, and I'm excited, and I'm happy. How do I continue to give myself permission to be happy and successful at this level? How do I give myself permission to continue to grow? If you have victories, but they feel fragile, I want to suggest to you right now a way to think about leadership that I really believe can help solidify and help you to own those victories and be confident that they're not going anywhere. I want to help you think about how to integrate these successes and move forward going, oh, yeah, I believe this now. This is my mission now. That's my enemy. I am going to do this. I am happy and I am okay with that. I am successful and I see these initial successes and I'm believing that I'm going to go there. I'm releasing myself to be creative. I know what the message is that I want to share with the world, and I'm thinking about how to consistently get that out and to be creative. And I know that as I embrace that process, I'm going to know what to say. All right, as you do all of that, now I want to challenge you to accept that you are a leader. And you know what our world needs? It's leaders, it's leadership. And if you're a mom, oh man, I'm going to work on a whole separate thing about motherhood as leadership. But as a mom, like, you are the heart of the home. As a dad, you have an incredibly amazing, beautiful role with your wife and your children in your home. You both have an amazing role in your community and with society. But right now, I want to talk to you as a woman that has a business that helps to heal people emotionally and physically and mentally so that they can have holistic health and they can go on and do um, be the person that they're meant to be. I believe that health is our birthright and that pain is something that we all need to come together to help each other with, right? So I'm passionate about you doing that, and you probably have ways in which you feel like you are a leader, but it probably feels limited. And I just want to encourage you to expand how you think about leadership and what you take ownership of. And yeah, I'm just going to throw a couple things at you. Okay, you are not a victim anymore. You don't get to be a victim. When you get activated and unstuck and you get free and you start to be creative and you start to believe all these amazing things are true because they are, and you give yourself permission to succeed, you are no longer a victim. You are leaving behind despair. You're embracing hope. You are leaving behind that victim mentality. It took me a bit to do this when I found myself fighting this when I quit my job and then I was looking for clients, and sometimes I had that part of my brain that was like, oh, maybe someone will just come rescue me and just give me a different job and then I won't have to build my business. And then I was like, wait, that's not what I really want. No, like, it takes a bit. So when you have a victory, it can take a bit to integrate that to who you are and to own that and say, I accomplished this. Now I am this person and I am not a victim. I take ownership of my life. So I think I shared earlier about having a really cool moment um, that summer where I learned, I shared about doing the mental exercise, and another part of that that I realized that I did when I said, I visualized the future that I wanted to have. And then I started to believe that it was possible enough to be grateful and just kind of focus on that, mentality of gratitude and being grateful that if I chose to move forward to it, that like that was totally possible, that I could go forward and I could achieve that. And after having that kind of depressed kind of time in my life, the final unlock for that was getting rid of the self pity and believing that I had control, and then I had to start leaving behind that mentality of being a victim and not having control. So I want to encourage you to fight that victim mentality and to believe that you have been given ownership and a place of leadership in your life, and that you do have control. You control what you think and how you feel and how you react to things. And even things, just become the silver lining kind of person. No matter what happens in your life, say, like, hold on to your big dream and your mission and tell yourself, I'm going to figure this out no matter what. And then, whatever happens, you're not a victim. You're just on a journey and you're going to figure this out no matter what. And I want to encourage you to be open to what God sends. Sometimes you set out to do something and then things come along your way to help you that aren't exactly what you expected or what you thought they would look like. But when you're open to them and you question and go, oh, how is this? Sometimes you find out that it's even better than what you thought, and it's amazing. And often I find those are things where it's something that's helping me to creatively, for example, integrate the fact that I have a business with the fact that I've got a husband and young kids, and that I need to find a way to work those together and to, live a life that, where I can value the things that I value that are important to me and not have some part of life, obstruct another one. So you are a leader, and I want to encourage you to think about leadership from that place of service where I talked about, not being in your ego and not being in fear, but being in this in between place where you're confident but not too confident. And a great way to stay in that place is to focus on your why and why you do what you do and what you're passionate about happening, and then what you're passionate about fighting. And we talked about that in module 1, but basically everything that we've talked about, you're developing a leadership mindset, because that's what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about developing leaders. So if you hear any content from me ever, my heart behind it is, if you're in my world, I believe that you are a leader in your world. I believe that a calling and a mission that I don't talk about as much for me, part of my mission that just underlies everything is to train leaders. I'm passionate about leadership development and becoming a leader and training leaders. And if you want a couple of good books about this, Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek is a good one. And then I already mentioned Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. And I will do some short little summaries about some of these books in the bonuses down below for those of you who just want to hear me talk a little bit more about the book and not read it, which is fine, because you should only be reading strategic books here and there, maybe for, a little bit as part of your daily routine, maybe your morning routine, but don't spend a bunch of time in books. I want you to be finding that time to be creative and to produce and to think and to have your own thoughts. But there's nothing quite like getting a book recommendation that's about the thing that you need to work on and reading that and getting that thing unlocked, that topic, that thing, when it's for you, sometimes you're like, oh, I need that. I need that topic. I need that unlocked. So yeah, I guess my final thought there is that leadership is not about you. It's about serving people. Leaders eat last. Like leadership is a calling and a mission, and um, it's a mindset of service. And so I want to loop back around to what I said at the beginning, and because I want to fulfill that promise, I want you to feel it. If your victories are fragile, if you've started to feel that change in your mind, your thoughts and your emotions from going through this course, but it feels fragile, I want you to take some time to journal about leadership and about being a leader, and think about, maybe you want to ask yourself every morning, like, who needs me to be on my A game today? Like, that's a great question to ask yourself that really brings out that heart of service in you when you're like, oh, I don't feel like showing up, or I don't want to get out of bed. But wait, they're counting on me. They need me to be on my A game because I've got something for them that they need. If they're going to show up to life, I'm going to show up to life, right? So I want you to journal about um, maybe some things like that, like what it is that you might want to put in yourself every morning, or in your journal, or in your mirror, that can help you be thinking about, approaching life toward that mission from that servant heart. And basically, okay, journal about what it means to you to be a leader, and the qualities that you want to continue to exhibit and just develop, like in your area, for who you are and what you do. What does it mean for you to be a leader? Um, Picture yourself in the future and think about you becoming the leader that your audience needs. What kinds of qualities do you have? Write those down, and then occasionally, look at those and ask yourself questions about, like, what could I do, or what could I not do? Like, what could I cultivate? Um, how does this help me make decisions? How do I become that person, that leader that my audience needs? And basically, thinking about leadership and asking yourself those questions when it comes to making this switch and embracing who you're becoming and starting to believe the things and give yourself permission and walk out this journey, and you've got these victories. It's just thinking about other people is just where it becomes so powerful. When something's hard to do, but we're doing it for ourselves, but we're almost there, think about how you need to do it for other people and not just for yourself. And then so often that is the unlock where you can really give yourself permission, right? Um, I've I believe this is a journey that you'll cycle back around to in different ways, but it'll look different ways at each season. But I'm in this process myself in my own way in this season of leveling up, which I've been trying to tease out what that means. And some of this course is teasing out for you, kind of like if you wanted to level up and accomplish whatever you wanted to accomplish with your marketing. And you were like, Alicia, how do I do that? This course is my answer. And when I was thinking about my message and like what I would want to tell people, and I was trying to pick topics and trying to narrow it down. And then there's these topics, and there's some of the themes, like growth is not one of the 8 modules, but it's like a theme through it, right? So these 8 modules and then some of the themes, like this is my message. And so I'd encourage you, if you're thinking about a course or a book or something, it's a fun exercise to try to think, if I had my main problem that I help people solve and I created a framework around that, which just means like the core ideas in some kind of picture and some kind of relationship to each other, what would that look like? That can be a really good exercise. And then when I want to encourage you to just take time to think and to write and to map out your business. Just everything, all these ideas. Give yourself the gift of clarity by giving yourself mental space. Plan into your calendar hours in your week here and there where you're literally just, maybe you have to clear the space on your desk first, or send some emails, or deal with the sticky notes. But clear some mental space, clear some physical space. And I love writing on the wall. If if that appeals to you, I say go for it. But just take some time to take a deep breath, sit up straight, tell yourself this is your time. People are counting on you. You are here to be a leader. You're unapologetic. Um, you've got a mission. It's exciting. You're going to live your whole life fighting your enemy, and you're going to help a lot of people along the way. And this is what you're doing, and you're going to show up every day, no matter what, and you're going to figure out your big dreams, no matter what. And then ask yourself, okay, if all that's true, what does it look like? And then start writing it out. So I hope that was encouraging. I had trouble making an outline for this leadership module, but basically I just kind of wanted to talk to you about and just kind of paint a picture um, and give you a vision for how just embracing this idea of leadership can make it about others, not about yourself, and help you to just pull it all together in a powerful way. So I'm proud of you for coming this far. Thank you for being here with me on this journey. You are near and dear to my heart. If, if you're here and you're taking the time to do this, I'm so proud of you, and I want you to know that you are a leader in your world. There are people who look up to you, who are watching and listening and learning and appreciating you when you don't even realize it. There are those who do tell you that they appreciate you, and you need to receive that and accept it and internalize it and not brush it off. And then there are people waiting on the other side of your next victory or your next journey or your next product or service, your next season. There are people waiting on the other side for you. There are people that are waiting for you to accept this calling, to embrace your identity as a leader, to become a producer instead of a consumer, to give yourself permission to let your light shine, to get your message out there, to let people know about the amazing thing that you do, so that if they're in your circle already and they want what you do, they know that you offer that and that you make that transformation happen for people. All right, I will see you in the next video to start talking about our final module.